Welcome back to the Two Tickets Anywhere podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Caroline, and we are lovers of life, luxury, and travel.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.
We're back.
Episode 3.
Episode, look, 1, 2, wait a minute, 1, 2.
We are back. It is episode 3. Today we are going to talk about how we met and our host agency.
Yes. Okay. Well, I would say 2024. We met in 2024. That was my very first wave camp.
Yeah, so wave camp is something our host agency puts on 3 times a year, 2 in person, 1 virtual.
Mm-hmm.
Every January they have one in Dallas, every July, Raleigh, and then a virtual in November. So that is Levarte Travel's wave camp.
Yes.
Where they train advisors.
And I saw this cute little, I'm not going to call her little because she's a grown woman, but to me, she was a cute, I was like, oh,
little. I won't take offense.
She was a cute, I was like, oh, look at her.
Skinny?
She's so cute and she's dressed so nice. I was like, okay, let me find out who she is because let me tell you something. I love a person that is put together. When I see them put together from head to toe, listen, what do they do? Eat.
Yeah.
Or is it this? Eat, like the 8 sign, you get my attention. Because I love women that love.
I love
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Care about their presentation. And I was like, oh, she's so cute. And I was like, oh, honey, she got her little LV bag. Word. I was like, okay. I'm not impressed about that, but I like the whole look. But at any rate, so we were talking, and I don't know how either I came up to you or you came up to me.
You definitely came up to me.
Okay, I came up to you. Okay, probably. And I was just like, hey, my name is Michelle. Da, da. And so anyway, we just kind of, took off from there. We were just chit-chat. And she told me she was from Jonesboro. I was like, shut up. I'm literally from Arkansas as well, So we just started talking. And then we had our lift retreat, which was at that time, it was in Cancun.
Yes.
Well, Caroline, and so her mom came with her, Miss Alicia, which is fabulous as well. So her mom came with her, and Steve came with me. And so we literally stayed in the pool, and we talked for, I don't know how long.
A long time.
A very long time. Yeah.
We were
and so
there.
we just really just had our little drinks in hand, and we were just having ourselves a ball. So that's how we connected. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to add to that.
I just remember at that first wave camp, they had all the new agents stand up, which they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the only 2 new agents in the room. And you were sitting behind me.
Yes.
So when I stood up, I couldn't see any other new agents. And I was not cracking my head around. So I just stood up and smiled, looked straight forward, and sat back down. But then she introduced herself to me. I'm assuming because you saw me stand up, and you came over and you talked to me. We met at Lyft, and then this January we had another wave camp in Dallas, so about 7 months ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I saw you, I came up and I talked to you. I'm just not if I'm not super comfortable, I'm just not going to go out of my way to go up to someone, and I need to work on that. But sat in the back, and then I think it was the second day.
Then I was like, come and sit with us.
Made me come sit with you.
Yes, I was like, come sit with us.
It was so sweet. Mm-hmm. And then that night is when you said, hey, let me to you.
Oh, yeah. So I did, because I was just like, you know what? My husband and I had been shooting around some ideas and things of that nature. And then he was just like, Michelle, you'll be really good with doing a podcast. I'm like, why would you think that I would be good at doing a podcast, And he was like, no, I think a travel podcast would be very good since you're starting your travel business, and it'll be good for you to take people along with your journey, and things of that nature. Well, I knew that I had a severe apprehension of doing things on social media and things of that nature, because that just wasn't my, wasn't my vibe.
Right.
I love looking at it. Fair. I would scroll, and I was just like, no. Well, of course, all this time when we met, we connected. I started following her and things of that nature. I was like, oh, her feed is so cute. I love this, and things of that nature. And so literally laying in bed one night, and listen, you guys, this is one thing that I didn't share. I grew up in church. strict. I'm not ashamed of it. Of course, I'm not ashamed
Of
of it, you
course,
know,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, I grew up in church. I love God. I'm Christian. I'm saved, all of that. Now, I still love a cocktail, but I'm still saved. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes, everyone has
but
their own
exactly,
journey with
but it's
Christ.
all, it's all good. So, but nevertheless, and I heard in my spirit, it's clear as day, Caroline. And I was just like,
Wait,
and
that's so sweet.
yeah, and I felt like God was like, you need to talk to Caroline. And I woke up and honest story, and I don't even think I ever shared this with you.
No.
I called my husband and I said, I believe God told me that I need to talk to Caroline and that Imma ask her, how does she feel about doing a podcast with me? And he was like, "If you feel like God told you that, then I say go for it."
Oh my goodness.
And so that's when I was like, "I
Yeah.
need to talk to you." And it's like I literally all day could not wait
Yes.
to talk to her by ourselves. And I was like, "Listen, I don't wanna say anything right now because I still believe that when God gives you something, you still need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to plan it out. When he
Yes,
drops it
yes.
in your spirit, you still need. So this is in January, and literally today is July the 20th, 20
20th,
oh God.
21st? I don't know. This
Yeah, I don't
weekend
know.
it's been a
It's like
blur.
the 22nd or 23rd or something like
Yeah.
that.
I
So,
think it's the 21st.
yeah. So this is like and it's not that you have to act on it immediately, but at the same time, I still wanted to take the measured steps and make sure that it wasn't a Michelle idea, that it was actually a God idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you say, "Oh, I think God said it," and they say the people that are most lied upon are babies and God. Like the baby said, "No, so good and well." He said,
Never
"Mama."
heard
No, he
that.
did not say Mama or Dada.
I've never
So
heard that.
yeah, they said the most people that are lied upon are babies and God and babies. So at any rate. But, so I just wanted to make sure, and so I asked her, and we thought about it, and she was just like, "You know what? I've been wanting to do a podcast." And so, and so
I was
anyways
honored.
yeah.
I was truly honored. I mean, I kept to myself for many reasons.
Yeah.
New, younger,
Mhm.
all the things. And I mean, when you asked me, I was like, "Me? I am the
Yeah.
chosen one?"
That's funny.
And I did. I was like, I don't know the first thing about of starting a
Yeah.
podcast, but I listen to them all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I have a lot to talk about. So I was really, really excited.
And, we tried several things and, we tried to record videos and things like that. And we were trying to figure out, okay, she loves to travel. I love to travel. How can we make this work? And we were trying to figure out where we're going to be in the same places at the same time. And of course, we were going to the lift retreat and things of that nature. And so we tried when we were in Dominican Republic, listen, we worked
We
our
worked.
heinies off and in Dominican, like, we were so freaking tired, like, we were
We
working from sun
worked.
up to sundown, okay? But nevertheless, that's how all of this came to fruition, and I still say I'm so glad that it was a God idea and not Michelle idea, because let me tell you, we doing the darn thing.
We're doing it.
And we are going to not only help our clients, but we're going to build a brand and we're building a business that is God centered and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we're going to be 100% successful in our travel
Absolutely.
businesses and our personal lives and
Yes.
everything. Name it, claim it, believe it,
Michelle
receive it,
has taught
baby.
me, speak it into
There you
existence.
go.
She
Name it.
corrects me all the time when I say if. She says,
When
when.
exactly when we're going to do it. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And
But
so,
hey,
I mean, we always found ourselves, obviously we live states away.
right?
But Levarte always brought us together, and we loved being travel advisors. We loved being under Levarte, and we had a time at Lift
Mm,
Retreat. We were
mhm,
working, but like we had a
mhm.
great time. We really got to mingle and learn a lot of new things. We explored a lot of resorts in the Dominican Republic, Cap Cana area. So we also interviewed a couple of
Oh,
people, some
yeah.
vendors, and
Yes.
Levarte's CEO, Lori
Mm,
Spears. And we had recorded a bunch of stuff that's
yeah.
just not ever going to see the light of day because, you live and you learn,
Right.
and we're figuring things out.
Right, we may have a oopsies of like, "Okay, y'all, we about to laugh at this," you know?
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah, the bloopers or whatever the case may be, so we may have a season of that just to be like, "Yeah, this is where we started.
This is
Aren't y'all glad this is" Now we didn't post this crap right
Yeah.
here.
This was better.
Yeah,
Taking our time was
100%.
better.
Yeah.
But we do have some things that we want to show from the Dominican when we were
Exactly.
there at Levarte Lift
Yes.
Retreat. They have a really fun lift retreat every year in a new
Mhm.
place. And this year it was at the Dreams Macau in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana
Yeah.
specifically. I had never been to Punta Cana,
Mhm.
so I was very excited. The beach was beautiful. And we chatted with Lori.
Yeah.
So we are going to save that piece of recording we did because it was
Yes,
really
it
good.
was good. Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and switch into that and bring Lori in.
But before we switch into that,
Yeah.
let's tell her what we're talking about because we asked her several questions. And one thing that Caroline and I that we have in common is luxury travel. It's not that we don't want to accommodate all types of travelers, but that's kind of like our business model where she's doing, a lot of luxury and that's what I'm leaning towards. But what a lot of things that Lori, she's explaining the business, itself, but she's always also explaining luxury travel and what that actually means. And for so many people, it means so many different things. And luxury sometimes does not always equate to a dollar amount. It
Right.
definitely is experiences, just an
Yes.
elevated experience, something that's curated specifically for that client. And that's
Right.
luxury. That could be luxury to them. So it doesn't mean that you have to stay in a Four Seasons or, I'm saying, a Ritz Carlton for it to be luxury. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because it means so many different things to so many different people.
That's definitely right.
Okay.
We'll just move into chatting with her.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of this episode.
So we're here with someone very special to both Michelle and I. This is Lori Spears. She is CEO of Levarte, our host agency. So you can just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, all right. Thanks for having me. First of all, welcome here.
Thank you for being here.
My name is Lori Spears, and I am the owner of Levarte Travel. It's a host agency that trains people that are new to the industry, or if you've already been in the industry for a long time, to work from home at your own leisure, however much you want to work or you don't want to work. We are a host agency that if you're interested in selling travel and having your own travel business, we're the place for you to come.
That's perfect. Yes. So I'm a new agent, and I will tell you, this was one of the best decisions that I made to become part of the Levarte family. I mean, it's been amazing just even having that conversation with Rich. And so I just told her, I said, what's important to me to be a part of a big agency is a family. And I said, I really feel that way. And I said, it starts at the head and then kind of trickles down with how everybody treats everybody in the company. But you've been an excellent example of that. So, so this is a place for me.
That makes me feel so good. We work at trying to cultivate a really good family in the area.
Yeah, you do a great job. So, Lori, our thing is we are new advisors and we want to start our business off right. So we are really we want to start a business with luxury. So tell us what luxury means to you.
Well, that luxury is a real funny thing because it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when you're new to the industry or you're starting clients new to luxury, the way to do it is kind of a little big. To first start them, like we're in a resort right now, and then you have a preferred club. So start your clients, because luxury actually to me is an elevated experience. It's elevating their travel experience. That's what's luxury or not luxury. So if you start at a resort and put them in a preferred club and let them know all the amenities that are in the preferred club, that's already going to elevate their experience.
Right.
So their check-in is going to be at a separate place. They will have a butler. That butler might be for the whole floor, but they have a butler. It might be the first time having a butler that's going to tell them daily what's going on. Or if you forget your key in your room, you can contact your butler. But that's the first step of elevating experience. And my definition of luxury is an elevated experience. And now, every time you elevate your experience, it's really hard to go back.
Right.
And now you have just designed and made your own luxury car.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
on that note, I feel like you are really good at those little elevated experiences, but that doesn't mean that it always has to come with an extra cost. So we kind of thought, luxury doesn't always have to mean crazy expensive and out of budget, but sometimes it's okay to go over budget to get a little bit more and kind of like meet in the middle. Do you have any examples of that?
Yeah, that's a great point. And for example, at this property, to elevate the experience from a regular room to the preferred club, which is a better location, has its own restaurant, its own pool, a butler, a separate check-in, is only $100 for 1 night. So if you're staying for 4 nights, $400 more, it's going to make a complete difference on the whole experience. Elevate it. So it doesn't have to cost that much more. On Virgin Voyages, the cheapy corner suite sometimes can be only $200 more than a regular balcony. It's really up to, when you're trying to be a good agent, then you find these out, and when you present a quote, I feel like it's our responsibility to give them what they ask for, especially if they have a budget, but to just give them a slightly elevated one, not because you're trying to oversell them, but here's an elevated experience, and this is how much it would cost you, and let it be their decision. What would you decide in that particular case? You never know. People will always decide what they want to decide, and you don't push it, and you let them make their decision. But if it can only be $200 to $400 more, you might pick that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where Caroline and I are trying to go with our business. And so we are trying to experience all things luxury. We're trying to get that elevated experience. And so that's why we are wanting our travelers, because this is geared towards our travelers, to, hey, let us teach you, let us show you how you can get luxury for less than what you actually think it is.
Right.
And so that's
a lot of times it's a mindset. They think, oh, that's unattainable, I can't afford that. And it's like, yes, you can.
Right.
It might not be your expectation, but it's going to be worth it, and it's not out of your reach.
Right. Exactly. Another way to do that is do a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say I'm using a cruise again. Let's say they're doing a cruise, and what they're paying you up front and what you're quoting them isn't everything they're going to pay. But we don't always talk about that with them.
Right.
But when they get on there, they're going to buy shore excursions, they're going to buy drink package, they're going to buy Wi-Fi.
Right.
Some of the luxury cruise lines include all that.
Right.
So do a comparison chart. The only difference is they're going to pay for it up front. So say really they're not that much different in price. You're just paying for it up front, and you're going to be on a luxury line. And you're going to notice, because besides elevated experience, luxury is also elevated customer service, elevated appreciation, and they're just going to, it better take care of it.
Would you tell our listeners why it's important to use Caroline or Michelle here at Carol's Travel or Kids on Luxury Travel?
Absolutely, I will. Oh, there's so many reasons, but let me just narrow it down. First of all, they're going to give you the best value. That they're going to do the work for you. They're going to make sure you're covered in every area. They're going to make sure you're covered in any travel insurance needed. They're going to know what experiences you should pick. They're going to go to all their relationships and bring any value or extra added amenity for you. I cannot imagine somebody booking travel on their own, and every time I hear about it, I'm like, you missed out on something. I know there's something you missed out on. We cultivate relationships over a long period of time, just like our travel here today, so we can offer those extra things. Yeah. And that means if you booked on your own, you missed out on all that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, because you do miss out.
Yeah.
And having somebody that you can call and having
right.
We didn't learn anything on the pandemic years. We definitely
Yes. Because that's the thing is, you book with either of us, and you have us and all of our resources. But also, we have Lori. And she's been in 30 plus years. How long is that?
42 years.
42. That's incredible. I can't beat that.
Yeah. And then we have our partners, and we build relationships with our partners that we sell. So they do extra stuff for us. And we are part of a consortium, which is a long definition. Not only gives it, but gives us extra added value because they go in for us. I don't think people realize the relationships that travel advisor cultivates to give you a better value on everything that you book.
Yeah, and they really don't. That's kind of our goal. And help them understand that there's more to it. Like, we know you can go online and look at yourself, but
it automatically makes me feel bad. I mean, even when the words come out of my mouth, I'm like, oh, and they don't have an advice. That's so sad.
So nice, so nice. Well, this has been absolutely amazing. Yes, thank you so much. Caroline, do you have anything else?
we want to do rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
We want you to just give us your top 3 tips or like must-haves for travel or hacks or whatever.
Okay, for being a new agent or for travel?
For travel. For like our clients, our listeners, what are your like hacks, must-haves?
Okay.
Need to know favorite destination. It can be anything. Like I could say my pillow.
Okay, I know mine.
Okay.
Learn to pack a carry-on. Learn to pack a carry-on. It's going to change your life. I am a master overpacker, and I converted. And it has been wonderful. It's changed my life. It's made me worry-free and so much better.
Lori, suitcase on my hair is not.
Well, that used to be me, and I can have up to 70 pounds because my status with the airlines. So I'm a person who had a 70-pound bag or 2 down to buy good luggage. And especially if you're going to travel, buy good luggage that packs well and watch all the packing tips and learn them and do it. I got a weekender that sits on top of a roller. That weekender on the bottom, I got 8 pairs of shoes in that. That was not me out the days ago. So that's one. And then my other one for travel is travel. Yeah, travel. Get out there. Don't stay home. Go check out everything. Try out something new that you've never done. If you haven't done an all-inclusive, try it before you automatically say that it's not good. If you have a cruise, try it before you already decided it's not good. You're going to be surprised. Just in the last 2 years, even though I'm 42 years in the industry, I've been to 2 destinations I never thought I would like. Bali and Dubai. Never thought I would like them, and I love them.
That's awesome.
And when you travel, it's not always about what you think you went there to see. You'll probably fall in love with the people of that country or destination even more than the beauty of it.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well, I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah, just like I said, thank you so much for your time.
This is so much fun.
Okay, so that was good.
That
Chat,
was
Lori. I'm glad we got to add that
amazing.
in.
Yes.
So we are going to end our episode with our fun little travel phrase, a little thing to learn.
Yeah.
You have Spain today?
Yes, I have Spain. And the reason why I chose Spain is because my husband and I just recently got back from Spain. And one of the things is that I learned while I was there was that most people have 2 surnames, and it's called apellidos or apellidos. I may be mispronouncing that, but what that means is that I know we're learning. So basically, the first name is from their father, and the second name is from their mother. So, for instance, Maria Lopez Garcia. So it's kind of Lopez is from their father, Garcia is from their mom. So
that's
just
fun.
so that
I
you
didn't
know
that.
Yeah. So they usually have 2 surnames. So, anyways, that's just a little fun fact for Spaniards, and always something good to know. I mean, we could do others, but I thought that was cool.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
So anyways, but again, thank you for choosing our episode or watching our episode today from 2 Tickets Anywhere. And if you have 2 tickets, you can do what?
Go anywhere.
Word.
All right,
See you
guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.